All right, guys. So the UFO report, the long-awaited UAP report, that's what I should say, has come out from the Pentagon, and unsurprisingly, it is not any more clear about what the hell is going on than Joe Biden's border policy. Okay, so we don't know if we have another alien invasion besides the one that's going on at the southern border, right? So that's basically a summary of the findings. And I've been covering UFOs for a minute, right? Ever since the whole Pentagon report was mandated by the stimulus package that was enacted under the Trump administration back in December. Okay, and this is a very interesting topic to me because it is vital to our national security, right? And as somebody that's, conservative, I feel like I should be interested in that, right? I should be interested to know if Russia or China is flying around in our airspace with impunity, and they have advanced technology that far outmatches our best stuff, right? That's something that we should want to know, okay? And that's why, I've taken a lot of interest in this report, but it seems that at this point, the government is doing what the government does, and they're not really saying anything. And ultimately, they're just leaving us with more questions than answers. So I'm going to read a nice little summary here of what's in the report from Fox News, and then give you my thoughts moving forward about where I think this whole UFO UAP thing is going to go. So, UFO report reveals officials can't explain the mysterious sightings. U.S. intelligence officials have no explanation for nearly all cases involving UFOs encountered by military pilots since 2004, according to findings of a highly anticipated report on the mysterious objects. Of the 141 reported encounters with so-called unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs, from 2004 to 2021, officials said they were able to identify just one with high confidence, determining the object was a deflating balloon. The Pentagon task force said officials currently lack sufficient information to classify the other incidents with certainty. Okay, so what they studied was the reported sightings or encounters between 2004 and 2021. And that to me was a red flag because, come on, man. This stuff has been going on way longer than 2004. Like, that's how I just kind of knew it was BS, right? Well, I'm like, okay, you started in 2004. Like, come on. You had Project Blue Book, right? We have reports from World War II, right? This is not something that's recent. It's been going on since World War II, and I would have to be an idiot to believe that the U.S. government hasn't been interested in this stuff since it started happening, right? I mean, we have Project Blue Book, right, which was basically an attempt to debunk everything, right, to tell the public that, hey, don't worry about it. There's nothing out here. We can explain all this stuff. But this is kind of the opposite of that. They're basically trying to say, oh, no, we can't explain it. So I really don't know what the government is trying to do here, right? I don't know what the end goal is. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe some of you guys are right, the ones that say this is just a distraction, okay, or it's a psyop, right? Who knows? I don't know, right? That's basically where I'm at this point, because the government is just being the government. Officials call on Congress to invest in standardized reporting and analysis of UAPs to aid efforts at reaching a conclusion on their origins. The report also found that objects could pose threats to flight safety and national security. UAP pose a hazard to safety of flight and could pose a broader danger if some instances represent sophisticated collection against U.S. military activities by a foreign government or demonstrate a breakthrough aerospace technology by a potential adversary, the report said. Okay, so this little video down here, guys, and as you can see here, this is the radar footage of UFOs from one of the encounters. Okay, I think this one's from the Navy ship off the coast of San Diego, the one where the UFO is like, or UAP is like going into the water, right? Because there were multiple of them out there, okay? So this is the type of stuff that's been leaking out, okay? This has been leaked, but this is not really in the report, right? It's not in the report, okay? So there's nothing, no images, no smoking gun, but we are getting leaks. So that's basically what the Pentagon and the government has basically done at this point, which I think really supports the idea that they really just don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it. Okay? They're being forced to talk about it. And they're trying to do it in the most BS way possible. So let's read a little bit more here. Compiled by the Director of National Intelligence, the report did not find any evidence to suggest the sightings were alien spacecraft or evidence of advanced technology possessed by foreign powers such as China or Russia. However, the report also did not rule out the possibility. Okay, so it's saying that, hey, we don't know if it's aliens, and we also know if it's Russia and China, but we can't say that it's not. Okay, that's what they're saying. Now, guys, China is also interested in studying UFOs as well, and they're actually using AI to track the UAPs, UFOs, whatever you want to call them, that's in their airspace. So China is having the exact same issue that the U.S. is having, okay? So just so you understand the context here, that it could be China, but China's also saying that it ain't us and that we don't know what the hell is going on either, right? That's essentially what they're saying. Now, Russia, on the other hand, they have an interesting history of, UFO sightings from their military, and they've been more open about it, but they're probably dealing with the same issue, to be quite honest with you. The report noted that observers saw unusual UAP movement patterns or flight characteristics in 18 of the incidents, including some cases where the objects move without discernible means of propulsion. Okay, so again, they didn't really describe, how it actually moved, right? In what ways did it move? They didn't give any numbers or anything like that. So again, this is just very bare bones from the government here, right? There's really no information in here. Quote, for years, the men and women we trust to defend our country reported encounters with unidentified aircraft that had superior capabilities, and for years, their concerns were often ignored or ridiculed, said Senator Marco Rubio of Florida, vice chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee. The report is an important first step to cataloging these incidents, but it's just a first step. The Defense Department and intelligence community have a lot of work to do before we can actually understand whether these aerial threats represent a serious national security concern, he added. Officials have identified 5 categories that are likely to explain the incidents once they are resolved. Airborne clutter, natural atmospheric phenomena, classified U.S. technological development efforts, foreign adversary systems, and a catch-all other category. It's actually hilarious to me that the most they can come up with to describe these things are like 5 kindergarten-like categories. And one of them is classified U.S. technological development efforts. As if it was classified U.S. technology, they would tell us. Like, they of course they wouldn't tell us if it was our own stuff. So again, like I said, we're just getting nothing here from the government. A portion of the report is expected to remain classified. I'm assuming that's the portion of the report with actual real information and images and things that are actually legitimate. Earlier this month, senior administration officials told the New York Times the classified material does not contain any information concluding the existence of alien spacecraft. They acknowledged that keeping part of the report hidden could prompt speculation otherwise. Representative Adam Schiff, Democrat California chair of the House Intelligence Committee, said the report showed that encounters with UAPs are not a rare occurrence. Quote, we should approach these questions with perceptions to encourage a thorough, systemized analysis of potential national security and flight safety risks posed by unidentified aerial phenomena, whether they're a result of a foreign adversary, atmosphere, or other aerial phenomena, space debris, or something else entirely, Swift said in a statement. Okay, so, yeah, there's not really much going on here, okay? We're not really getting anything, and the politicians aren't really saying much outside of, well, we probably should put some more resources towards studying this stuff. Now, I guess you can look at this report in 2 ways, okay? The first way is that you could see this as, again, just another distraction, okay? That this is some type of, misdirection or misinformation campaign from the government. And it could just be a way to collect more money, right? To get more funding. Which, quite honestly, with the fact that the Pentagon, again, is not really saying anything, right? Which is not a surprise, but yet they're saying, hey, we need to study it more. AKA, we need more funding to look into this to classify it, I guess that could be a plausible explanation, right? Even though I don't think that in a time where we have bipartisan agreement on spending as much money as possible on the military that is needed, but I guess it can be a possibility. I don't know. The second way you can look at it is, well, this is just the beginning, right? This is the beginning of disclosure. This is the beginning of UFOs becoming a more mainstream topic, of it not being as stigmatized, and that moving forward, if this gets the attention that these politicians are saying that it deserves, then maybe we'll get more information and things will be more exposed. But in my opinion, I just find it awkward how, the government, we know, has been studying this stuff for way longer than the past 20 years, but they're acting like it's just a recent phenomenon that they've never looked into before. That's what really kind of throws me off. And that's what makes me not as optimistic as I would like to be in terms of if we're ever going to get the truth about this. So I don't know. Maybe more things will be leaked in the future. Maybe this will continue. I hope it does. But again, this report just kind of was a Debbie Downer for me. But some people are saying it as the beginning, right, of the government being open about what they actually know. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.